Oh, nothing like a little propaganda for you. Welcome back to another video. My name is Heather, and as always, I'm reading with a vengeance, and as always, I hope you are as well. Today, I'm hoping to get some input from you. I am going to be talking about some authors that either I haven't read yet, and I need your help to decide which one I should read first, or I have read, and I need help deciding which one to read next. This again is another video that I am pre-recording because the next 2 months are going to be insane for my husband and myself. If this is the 6th time you have heard this spiel, again, I'm sorry, but we are selling our house, we are moving, we are going on a vacation, all in a 2-month span. And so it is August when I'm filming this. So please forgive me if I have either talked about these books or for some reason or another, it seems like this video is out of order somehow. So, because I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I wanted to pre-record some videos for you so that there's no lapse. I don't know. I just feel like you guys are here for me. I want to be here for you. So, which reminds me, if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and for your ongoing support. And if you're new to my channel, very warm welcome to you. So let's get started with talking about the books. The first author I want to talk about is an author I have read. I've read 4 of her books, and I've talked about her here. That is Ruth Ware. Now, I have read One by One, In a Dark, Dark Wood, The Death of Mrs. Westaway, and The Woman in Cabin 10. The one I have enjoyed the absolute most is In a Dark, Dark Wood. It was the first Ruth Ware that I have read, and the other 3 just haven't been as enjoyable for me for one reason or another. I'm not sure. I do know that One by One I listened to, and I did not care for the narrator. I mean, she was okay. I don't know, it just seemed to have something to do with my not enjoying it as much. And I think it's the same narrator that did Mrs. Westaway, because I listened to that as well. Because, and that might be the case, because those are the 3rd and the 4th books that I've read. My second most favorite Ruth Ware so far is The Woman in Cabin 10, and I read that physical book. So who knows? So I have 2 Ruth Ware books, and I have talked about them in other videos. So I have the physical copies here, and I need your help which one I should read next. I have The Lying Game, and I have The Turn of the Key. I have a feeling a lot of you are going to pick this one. This one's super popular. To me, it also is the most intriguing, although this one's intriguing as well. So I know this one follows 4 friends from school who were super close, and they had this lying game that they played with other people, but they swore they'd never lie to each other. And then something happens in school, they're all expelled. And then you fast forward many years, and 3 of them get a note from the 4th saying, I need you, for whatever reason. And I know there's like a preface where somebody finds, like a stranger finds something mysterious on a beach somewhere. I get a feeling that it is a body, but I'm not sure. This one follows a woman who is hired by a very wealthy family to be a live-in nanny, and she goes to live in this, I guess, smart house. I think the child ends up dying under, of course, mysterious circumstances, and the house seems to be doing weird things, as smart devices do. I feel like I want to read this one first, but I'm not sure. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, okay, which one? And I need your help. What do you think? The next author I want to talk about is a Booktube darling, and that is Emily Henry. Now, I read People We Meet on Vacation. At least that's the US title. I think it's a little bit different in the UK. Yes, in the UK, it's You and Me on Vacation. I think in the UK, I could just be making that up, but I know that it's got more than one title. I read that one and I enjoyed it. I actually gave it 4 stars, which is saying something because I'm not a huge romance reader. I don't gravitate towards romance, but I tend to gravitate towards hype. So I'm very interested in reading book lovers, of course, and I'm also very interested in reading beach read. Book lovers for obvious reasons, and then beach read because this tends to be a favorite of this particular author. I don't know why I didn't read that one before. Oh, I know why. Because I got gifted, I think, People We Meet on Vacation. So I read it. I also read a less talked about Emily Henry book a couple of years ago, and that was A Million Junes. It looks like I didn't get on with it. I only gave it 2 stars. So yeah, between A Million Junes having 2 stars and The People We Meet on Vacation having 4 stars, it's anybody's game as far as if this author is for me. So I need your help. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to pick beach read, and that's fine with me, but I am gonna let you pick for me. What do you think I should read? I'll just give a quick blurb on each. I know most people know about these books. So beach read, Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. Until one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult, obviously. Everyone will finish a book, and no one will fall in love. Really. Oh my God, that sounds so cute. And I don't like romance. Well, I can't say I don't like it. It just, I don't know. It's not my go-to genre. And then, of course, book lovers. Everybody's been talking about book lovers. That just came out this year. Nora Stevens' life is books. She's read them all, and she is not that type of heroine. Not the plucky one, not the laid-back dream girl, and especially not the sweetheart. In fact, the only people Nora is a heroine for are her clients, for whom she lands enormous deals as a cutthroat literary agent, and her beloved little sister, Libby. Which is why she agrees to go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for the month of August, when Libby begs her for a sister's trip away, with visions of a small-town transformation for Nora, who she's convinced needs to become the heroine in her own story. But instead of picnics in meadows or run-ins with the handsome country doctor or bulging four-armed bartender, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie Lastra, a bookish, brooding editor from back in the city. It would be a meet cute if not for the fact that they've met many times and it's never been cute. Okay, so I think this is what they call in the romance groups enemies to lovers, which I don't have a feeling either way. I guess I'll find out if I like this trope. I will eventually read both of them. I just need to know which one I should read first. Okay, this next author, I've only read one book and I absolutely loved it. I think it was on my very first video that I did for Booktube, and that was my top 21 books of 2021, and I'm pretty sure this one made the list, and that was Allegedly by Tiffany D Jackson. And I've been meaning to get to more of her stuff, and I just haven't yet. 2 I'll talk about here, and you will decide which one I read next. The first one is Monday's Not Coming. I'm very intrigued by this book. The other one is Grown. So those are the choices. These are the 2 that have me intrigued the most, and I just need your help. So Monday's Not Coming. Monday Charles is missing and only Claudia seems to notice. Claudia and Monday have always been inseparable, more sisters than friends, so when Monday doesn't turn up for the first day of school, Claudia's worried. When she doesn't show for the second day or second week, Claudia knows that something is wrong. Monday wouldn't just leave her to endure tests and bullies alone. Not after last year's rumors and not with her grades on the line. Now Claudia needs her best and only friend more than ever. But Monday's mother refuses to give Claudia a straight answer, and Monday's sister April is even less help. And then Grown says author Tiffany D Jackson delivers another ripped from the headlines mystery that exposes horrific secrets hiding behind the limelight and embraces the power of a young woman's voice. When legendary R&B artist Corey Field spots Enchanted Jones What great names. At an audition, her dreams of being a famous singer take flight until Enchanted wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night. Who killed Corey Fields? Before there was a dead body, Enchanted's dreams had turned into a nightmare because behind Corey's charm and star power was a controlling dark side. Now he's dead, the police are at the door, and all signs point to Enchanted. They both sound so good. Which one should I read first? Next author I want to talk about is Sarah Waters. So I've only read one book of Sarah Waters as well, and that was The Paying Guest. I gave it 3 stars. I loved Sarah Waters' writing to the point where I want to read more of her stuff. I felt like The Paying Guest was too long. It had really great potential. I liked it enough that I definitely wanted to get to more of Sarah Waters' stuff. The question is, of course, which one first? Here are the 2 that I'm most intrigued by. We have Tipping the Velvet and Fingersmith. So these 2 seem to be also the most popular by Sarah Waters. The synopsis are the most intriguing to me. Let's get to that. So Tipping the Velvet, Nan King, an oyster girl, is captivated by the music hall phenomenon Kitty Butler, a male impersonator extraordinaire treading the boards in Canterbury. Through a friend at the box office, Nan manages to visit all her shows and finally meet her heroine. Soon after, she becomes Kitty's dresser, and the 2 head for the bright lights of Leicester Square, where they begin a glittering career as music hall stars in an all-singing and dancing double act. At the same time, behind closed doors, they admit their attraction to each other, and their affair begins. This is highly rated on Goodreads. Of course, it's historical fiction, which I am a sucker for, and I'm just intrigued by that whole music hall culture. So there's that one. Fingersmith, on the other hand, I feel like is, for people who have read Sarah Waters, multiple Sarah Waters books, that Fingersmith tends to be a favorite. Again, another historical fiction with some LGBTQ plus themes. Looks like we follow Sue Trinder. She's an orphan left as an infant in the care of Mrs. Suxby, a baby farmer who raised her with unusual tenderness as if Sue were her own. Mrs. Suxby's household, with its fussy babies calmed with doses of gin, also hosts a transient family of petty thieves, Fingersmiths, for whom this house in the heart of a mean London slum is home. One day, the most beloved thief of all arrives, Gentleman, an elegant con man who carries with him an enticing proposition for Sue. If she wins a position as the maid to Maud Lily, a naive gentlewoman, and aids Gentleman in her seduction, then they will all share in Maud's vast inheritance. Once the inheritance is secured, Maud will be disposed of, passed off as mad, and made to live out the rest of her days in a lunatic asylum. With dreams of paying back the kindness of her adopted family, Sue agrees to the plan. Once in, however, Sue begins to pity her helpless Mark and care for Maud Lily in unexpected ways. But no one and nothing is as it seems in this Dickensian novel of thrills and reversals. Sounds super intriguing to me. What do you think? Which one should I hit first? The last author I want to talk about to you in this video is another Booktube darling. And I have an unpopular opinion about the one and only book that I have read by her. Feel free to judge me because opinions are welcome here. But the author I'm talking about is Alice Feeney. The one book I have read by her is Sometimes I Lie. I gave it 2 stars. I feel like I got lost in that one. Like, I remember finishing that book going, what did I just read? What just happened? And not really, I don't know. I listened to it, and sometimes I miss things when I listen to books. Sometimes, not very often. I don't know, and I just didn't care to go back and try to put the pieces together. So, but of all the talk about Alice Feeney, I am interested in reading more of her stuff. So the 2 that I am intrigued most by, the first one is His and Hers, and the other one is Rock, Paper, Scissors. I have yet to hear anything bad about either of these books on Booktube. I don't think you can steer me wrong, but real quick, His and Hers. There are 2 sides to every story, yours and mine, ours and theirs, his and hers. which means someone is always lying. When a woman is murdered in Blackdown, a quintessentially British village, newsreader Anna Andrews is reluctant to cover the case. Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. Someone isn't telling the truth, and some secrets are worth killing to keep. Says it's a twisty, smart psychological thriller. I'm here for that. And then, of course, Rock, Paper, Scissors, which is her most recent book, getting a lot of talk on Booktube. Think you know the person you married? Think again. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright. Oh, Wright with a W. I see what you did there. For a long time. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. Self-confessed workaholic and screenwriter Adam has lived with face blindness his whole life. He can't recognize friends or family or even his own wife. I seem to remember that I guess the people who did have a hard time with this book didn't like that particular part of the story. And it seems like obvious part that it's going to be part of the mystery. Anyways, every anniversary, the couple exchange traditional gifts, paper, cotton, pottery, tin, and each year Adam's wife writes him a letter that she never lets him read until now. They both know this weekend will make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. Interesting, since my husband and I will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary next February. So, how appropriate. Anyways, which one of these should I read first? I am at your mercy. You tell me and I will read it next. So that's it. Those are the 5 authors that I am having a hard time picking my next read from them. I'd really appreciate your help in this. I trust you guys because if you're watching my videos, and we probably have similar tastes, right? So I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Any comments, of course, down in the doodly-doo. If you're still watching at this point, I'd really appreciate if you gave that like button a boop. And if you could subscribe to my channel, I would most appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.